All right, I'm here with Michela Roman, and tell us the sculpture we're sitting in front of here at NYC Culture Club.
Yeah, so this sculpture is titled Trust Fall. It's a part of my series, How Do You Limbo When You Don't Know You're Playing?
Okay.
I really focus on the emotive aspect of the sculpt and what it feels like to have a body rather than just replicating what a body is.
Okay.
And so I do that by manipulating form and sculpting intuitively.
Now, you've been doing this for a while now, I'm guessing, right? This sculpture?
About 3-4 years.
Oh, very cool.
4 years now, I think. Yeah. I love it. I mean, I sculpt with clay and really twist. Like, I think over here you can see how the fingers are moving back into the body.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
Yeah,
Wow.
and the pedestal itself twists with the twist of the sculpture. So with this piece in particular, really talking about the union of opposing emotions and that like endless cycle of reflection and how it goes right back into the body, but also continues down into the stand as well.
So when you make these different sculptures, what's your thought process going into it? It feels like you have a very deep thought process going into these different sculptures.
Yeah, well, I mean, this body work, I mean, it's more so, yes, of course, I want it to be aesthetically pleasing. It's a work of art, but it's more important for me to capture the right emotion that I'm trying to go for. So I typically start with an idea, start with a plan, start sculpting, and it's rare for it to end up looking like the way it started, and I just kind of, if it's feeling right, go with it, and if it's the plan's not feeling right, I'll tear things off, I'll move things around, resculpt things, and
so you run kind of with your instinct then.
It is, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Tell me about the exhibits. Like, do you do a lot of these different exhibits over the year, or is this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to. This is my first time showing with NYC Culture Club.
Very cool.
Which is an incredible show up right now. So many different artists and talent in one space is incredible. I have a show up right now in Brooklyn as well.
Okay.
And I am showing in Chinatown at Long Story Short Gallery in December.
Nice.
Dacia Gallery at the end of the month. And
now, do you do only sculptures or do you do art? What kind of other art?
I started as a painter, actually.
Okay.
I don't typically, right now I'm sticking to sculpture and painting my sculptures. I do drawings and paintings as well, but I don't really make those. So
now, what's it mean to be featured here? Because this is like right in the heart of downtown Manhattan. It's a good area to exhibit.
Yeah, it's so cool to be in the World Trade Center. Like I've only been in New York for 2 years, so.
I was going to say, you're not a lifelong New Yorker, right?
Or? Yes, exactly. I'm Canadian, so.
Oh, very cool.
Telling family back home that I'm showing here is really fun to hear their reaction.
And have they come down to see this yet? Or?
Not the show, unfortunately. I did have a good friend from home come for opening night.
Okay.
Which was great. Yeah, they've come for a few shows last year.
Let me ask you about the community, the creative community in New York. I feel like it bonds together, doesn't it?
It absolutely. It's honest. I think that's one of the things I love about New York. There's so many creatives, and there's just so much support. I mean, before moving here, I didn't even realize that it was this big of a
thing.
Yeah, I know it sounds silly, but
well, no, I feel you because when
it's such a difference.
Because when you connect with them online, they're just very open and welcoming. You know,
absolutely.
And I felt that like Mr. NYC Subway and all those other creatives around the city. So
it's just filled, and it's not filled to the extent that you're exhausted with it. It's just there's so much new things to look at and learn and like hear so many different creatives' opinions. It's something I've never experienced before.
With all the trauma we're seeing in the world right now, what role can art play in maybe bringing us peace, maybe bringing us some calm amongst this chaos right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think art is... We need art in the world, and I think using art to talk about complex situations and hard truths is a way to allow people to hopefully let down a guard and see the work for what it is, see what it's talking about, and approach an artwork with an open mind the same way you should any conversation. And I think it gives a little bit of a leeway and hope for people to see perspectives.
One last thing, speaking of perspective, from one angle he looks strained, from another he looks relaxed. Is that by design? Or?
Yeah. So I took opposing emotions and I was trying to make them work together. So from different
angles.
From one
angle there, you're saying there he looks a little strained. From here, he looks actually kind of relaxed from what we're saying.
Exactly. So. Yeah, I'm glad you could tell that. That's awesome. I'm happy it came through. Yeah, it's I think it's like that subtle, uncanny aspect of the piece that I
And
really
how long
try
are
to
you on
get
exhibit
to.
here, by the way? How long are you on display here?
This show was on Sunday on the 19th.
Oh, so come on down to NYC Culture Club to
Yes.
see Michela and all the great artists. And where can we follow you on Instagram?
At michelaroman.artist.com.
All right. Well, thanks so much.
That's fine.
There you go. Thanks so much.
Thank you.